I love how the sun is hitting my face. Hi, I'm Khushi, and welcome back to my channel. And for everyone that's new here, hi, I'm Khushi, and I just shifted to a new city, Delhi, in a brand new job as a product manager in a cafe. And usually on this page, I talk about things like productivity, discipline, becoming your dream self, and all of that jazz. But lately, I've not been feeling too great about myself. In fact, I've been feeling a little low, and I wanted to be honest about that with you guys. And because I want to stay authentic, and I also don't want to show you that my life is perfect because nobody's life is perfect. So, today we're going to talk about the realities of being the victim to the main character syndrome, of leaving behind your old city, your old expectations, your old self, and taking a leap of faith for the things that you believe in, while also trying to believe in yourself on days when it gets really, really hard. To be very honest, I don't think I'm exceptionally talented or exceptionally smart. I just seem to have this really strong sense of self that keeps telling me that I will figure it out. I don't know how, but I will figure it out. And that belief has carried me through most phases of my life. But yesterday, I had a really, really bad day. Not because something huge happened, but mostly because everything suddenly became so real. I am in a new house and the house problems are really real. जैसे पहले मुझे लगता था दैट व्हेन आई शिफ्ट इनटू अ हाउस सब कुछ ऑलरेडी वहां पर होगा. आई डोंट थिंक आई हैव लिव्ड इन अ हाउस. I don't think I've ever built a house from scratch. Either I've lived with my parents or I have lived with my boyfriend jahan pe they already have jhadu pocha system, they already have a maid, they already have a masala box, they have plants in their house. So I thought that was the norm. But that's not how a new house works. You have to build everything from scratch. And as tiring and as mentally exhausting it feels, the more tasks you take on, the more capable you feel. But anyway, coming back to my bad day. So I'm in a new house with a lot of new house problems. Saw my first ever cockroach and all of that. I'm in a brand new job wherein I don't yet know what exactly it is that I am doing. Like I constantly feel brand new. I'm not yet adding any value. And I know that it's only been 15 days, but I want to add value as soon as possible. I am trying to adjust in a new city while also getting used to a new version of myself. I don't have a routine fixed yet. I am somebody who loves a routine. I like to wake up in the morning and I know that I have to go to the gym and where my gym is. I don't have a gym here yet. I don't have a mode of transportation to begin with. And in all of that, I suddenly realized that everything feels very temporary to me. Like I'm constantly looking at what next. This house doesn't feel like a house yet because I feel like कि, oh, ये तो temporary है. My final house is yet to come. I'm always looking forward to the next destination. I'm always thinking of कि, oh, when I reach that stage of life, I'll be happier. I'm constantly romanticizing the next city, the next job, the next version of myself, the next opportunity. Like happiness is always slightly ahead of me. And I read about it. There's actually a term for this. It's called the destination addiction, an idea in which happiness exists only in the future, never fully in the present. And I think ambitious people go through this a lot because ambition convinces you that once you reach the next level of your life, you will finally feel settled inside. Like once you move to that city, once you have 100K followers, or once you have a new job, once you get that promotion, you will feel happier, you will feel settled because this is where you are at and this is where you wanted to be and this is where you've prayed to be. But the cycle is never ending. Once you get that thing, you want the next thing. Now you're like, what next, what next, what next? I'm starting to realize that the goalpost just keeps moving. It's like, yaad hai bachpan mein when your parents try to teach you swimming and they're like, oh, I'm standing here and you swim till me. And when you swim till there, they move a little behind so that you swim a little extra. It's never ending. The end goal is never ending. You will never be satisfied in life. You will never be peaceful until you train yourself and spend enough time in the place that you are at to feel at home eventually. And if I'm being very honest, that scares me a little because it just made me realize that I will always be chasing. I will never be arriving if I'm not careful about it. It's like I will spend my entire life chasing a version of me which is 5 years down the lane. My ideal self will always be 5 years away from me. I don't know, I feel with social media and everyone showcasing their highlights online, we started believing that being still means being a failure. Like, if your life isn't constantly getting upgraded or transformed, or if you're not entering a new era every 6 months, then you're left behind. Because of that, I feel a lot of us have forgotten how to just simply exist. We're always preparing for the next chapter in our life in a way that our current life feels like a waiting room. And this whole thing is really exhausting because instead of looking at the things that you've already achieved, that you worked really hard for, and things that you already have that you should be grateful for, we're constantly looking at the things that we don't have. And that fills us with misery. I think that it's great that people want to grow. I think there's something called healthy ambition, and there's always a difference between healthy ambition and never in your life feeling fulfilled. I want to reach a stage in life where I'm like, "Ki, हाँ, paise and all I'll figure out. I know that I can, feed myself because I believe in myself." But I start chasing fulfillment. I want to be satisfied after a full day of work when I come back to bed because I like the work that I'm doing. And I think these phases feel so weird because nobody ever prepares you for the whiplash of finally getting what you want. We spend so much time chasing that one thing that when we get it, we don't know what to do with it. So we're like, okay, what next? People prepare you for failure all the time. There are so many sayings on failure. Ki, oh, the secret of life is to fail 7 times and get up 8 times and all. But nobody prepares you for success. That getting the thing that you wanted can also feel very disorienting. Because for years, when you're trying to get that thing, your identity becomes as the girl who's trying to grow, who's trying to move. But when you finally get that thing, you don't know who you are, and you're stuck in that phase of chasing and trying, and you're just constantly trying then. Yes, for sure, when you move cities, you get that job, you feel amazing for a second, but then real life happens again. You have to do laundry, you have to actually do the work that you wanted to do for so long. You are homesick, you are constantly in self doubt. And then you realize that no version of life comes without problems. Problems just change shape, and that was so shocking for me because I always thought that my future self, as soon as I get this job, and as soon as I move to that city for the new job, I will be happier, I will be calmer, I will be more emotionally complete than I used to be before. Very recently, I was having this argument with my boyfriend where I was feeling a little homesick and I wanted to leave everything and run back home. And he told me that I was never happy anywhere. When I was in MBA, I was constantly thinking about, ki, oh, when I get a job, I'll do this and that. And now that I have a job, I'm thinking of, ki, oh, what next? I want to go back home. And when I go back home, I'm probably going to fight with my parents and I'm not going to be happy there also. And it's just every place has different problems. If I don't work on myself, nothing is going to change no matter where I run away. I could be in the farthest corner of the world, but I cannot run away from me. I need to change things inside me for things to change outside. And I think that's exactly what growing up is, realizing that no external thing is going to save you from yourself. No success, no relationship, no money, no promotions, no new haircuts, no number of followers are going to change who you are until you put in that work and you find a way to feel satisfied with yourself नो मैटर वेयर यू आर. दिस होल थिंग रिमाइंड्स मी ऑफ जब हम छोटे थे, हमारे बचपन में मम्मा पापा बोलते थे कि ओ बस 10th कर लो, उसके बाद तो मजे ही मजे हैं. एंड देन यू फिनिश योर 10th एंड देन दे लाइक कि ओ बस 12th, उसके बाद तो मजे ही मजे हैं. एंड देन 12th हैपेंस एंड देन यूर इन कॉलेज एंड देन यूर रनिंग आफ्टर अ जॉब एंड देन लाइक कि ओ बस नौकरी मिल जाए फिर तो योर लाइफ इज सेट. And when you get that job, you realize that that is not free of stress also. Your life is filled with stress. You have to work hard at all points, so the sooner you make your peace with it, the better. Somehow you have to find a balance with you and the work that you're doing, you and the expectations that the society has from you. You can't suddenly say ki, oh, I don't want to do everything and I want to go to the mountains and I want to be a monk suddenly. You can't do that. You can't abandon everything. But what you can do is prioritize yourself. Make sure that you're treating work as a means to live and not as the way of life. You are working to live, you are not living to work. And for some reason, with social media, I also feel that We've started believing in big grand gestures, big grand moments. Oh, I'm getting proposed. Oh, I got a new job. Oh, I moved to a city. Oh, this breakthrough, that big breakthrough. But life happens in small ordinary moments. I feel every time I wake up in the house and I make a cup of my coffee, I feel so peaceful then. I feel most peaceful doing the most ordinary things ever, like watering my plants. By the way, I got new plants for my house. Making my coffee or making my breakfast, eating with a sitcom on. Life happens, all of your life, when you look back, happens in ordinary moments and the people you spend those ordinary moments with. You're living a good life if you have good coffee, interesting conversations, laughter in your house, people to call when you want to cry, people who love you, people who you love. Purpose, a little bit of purpose, a little bit of growth, and a lot of new experiences. I love that saying which says everything is a win if your purpose is to experience everything. But at the same time, though, as a generation, I feel we've also started prioritizing peace a little too much. Peace in the way that we're avoiding anything that causes us even a little of discomfort. I personally feel that discomfort is the price we pay for a fulfilled life. This is exactly where the main character syndrome gets very complicated, because now I'm going to talk to you about the good side of it. Like, how many times has it happened to you that you were hesitant to do something, but when you actually did it, you had so much fun? I feel I feel we have romanticized peace so much that we have started completely avoiding anything that causes us even a little bit of discomfort. Like, oh, I have to get out of my bed, so I don't want to go out tonight. Sometimes the best thing to do is just pick up your phone and say yes to all the plans that you've made. You want to hang out with me at 9 in the night? I will do that. And I will have a lot of fun no matter how sleepy I get. I personally feel that all of us very energetic main character energy people put ourselves in uncomfortable situations knowingly, intentionally. But isn't that what makes life interesting? Moving cities, taking up a job you have no idea about, leaving that relationship. I'm very happy in my relationship though. Putting yourself out there knowing that you might fail but trying any which way. I think some of the best moments come from discomfort and uncomfortable situations in our life, and there is difference between protecting your peace and avoiding growth. Unless you are uncomfortable, you will not grow. You don't grow from situations of safety and comfortable. You can't stay at home and be like, I want to travel the world, but I don't want to get out from my bed. As a generation, we choose to isolate ourselves. Between self-care and emotional avoidance, we use healing as an excuse to stay comfortable, stay in our comfort zones. Because because if you want to grow, it is going to be inconvenient. Growth asks you to become unfamiliar with yourself. On a random day, I decided to shift cities. I'm in a new house, I'm in a new job, for a job or field or industry I have no experience in whatsoever. Not in my wildest dream I would have thought that I'd end up in the hospitality industry, but here I am. And on top of that, I just did it, and I it's so uncomfortable. I am so unfamiliar to the city. I did not want to live in Delhi at all. But here I am, and I know that even though I feel weird now, a month from now or 6 months from now, this place, this temporary phase will end up becoming my home. And then I'll be on to the next thing again. But until then, I want to make the most of everything. I want to make the most of my house. I want to make the most of my job. I want to make the most of this whole situation for my content. And I want to take you along with me. I don't want to. I don't want to live life in the way ki, oh, I had decided this. This is my 5 year plan, and that is all. I want to keep moving. I want to keep experimenting. I want to keep trying. I want to see where I can go. I want to see what I can do, what I'm capable of, and I will figure it out. I know I'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, when I look back at my life, I want to be satisfied in the way that I don't regret ki, oh, man, I should have taken that chance. Man, I should have taken that job. Or, man, I should have stayed in that job longer. So, yeah, keep moving, keep living, whatever floats your boat, man.